Hello, my name is Brittany and thank you for joining. It's your first time taking a flow with me, so just have a quick flow and we'll work towards some fun, funky postures and kind of floss out your hips. So if you want to listen to the same thing I'm listening to, you'll search Spotify under my name and I'll post a link for it also, but it's called Yoga Live 20. So we'll hit play at the same time and we'll just get grooving. So 1, 2, 3, play. Meeting me in a comfortable seat with your palms facing down. Close your eyes and turn inside. Without putting too much effort in, just deepen your breaths. Begin to notice anything that's on the forefront of your mind. So if your mind is working properly, right? We are designed to do this. We're constantly seeking challenges or experiencing challenges. That's a good thing. But what I find so amazing is that we have the opportunity to choose our perspective of challenges. I invite you today to allow your movement to be a metaphor towards whatever challenges that you are experiencing in life, and taking this opportunity to determine how you choose to ride that wave of challenges. Opportunities to grow, to fail, to get back up, to continue to pull back the layers of who you are becoming. So with gratitude for these challenges, take a big breath in through your nose. And open your mouth, exhale. Even slower, drag the air in through your nose. Through your nose, exhale. Meeting me in a tabletop pose. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk your kneecaps underneath your hip bones. Inhale into cow pose. Let your belly hang down. Literally press your chest forward. Lift your chin. Exhale, cat pose. Round your chin toward your chest. Point your tailbone between your knees. Separate your shoulder blades. One more like that. Inhale, cow pose. Open your chest, open your throat. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale to find some stillness. Tuck your left toes under. Kick your right leg straight up. Oftentimes the belly wants to dump here. Knit your ribs in. Flex your right foot. Start to pulse your heel up towards the ceiling. You're starting to create awareness, awakening of your hamstring, your glute, hopefully. 4 more. 3. Last one. Inhale, lower your right knee. Tuck your right toes. Kick your left leg up. Pull your hip bones in towards one another. Press the floor away to feel your chest muscles engage. Take 8 pulses for 8. 7, continuously engaging your core. You got 4 more. 3. Last one. Inhale, tabletop. Lower your left knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. It's a shorter stance than your typical down dog, so you may feel the back of your legs talking to you. If that's the case, bend your knees. Continue to press the floor away. Press your armpits in towards one another, so you'll notice a difference in your upper arm bone. Inhale, look toward your hands, bend your knees. Walk to the center of your mat, find a forward fold. Walk your toes toward your hands toward your toes. Bend your knees a lot. Press your heel bones down into the mat. Tuck, round, and curl. Imprint your fingertips on your mat. Lift your heels really high. Pull your eyebrows toward your knees. Spin back around to face your screen if you're not already. Lower your heel bones down into the mat. Keep your knees bent. Spike your heel bones down. Feel your hamstrings. Think about holding 20-pound dumbbells in either hand. Take it slow to roll your spine up. Keeping your chin towards your chest. Once you feel your shoulders align over your hips, parallel your chin. Samastitihi. Take your hands together in front of your chest. Take some sways side to side. And plant your thumbs right into the center of your heart space. Rest your chin on the tip of one of your fingers. So if your sole intention was to find the best version of yourself today, just asking yourself, how would you choose to move on? Next, inhale, open your eyes with a smile. Exhale, mountain pose. Take your hands alongside your hips. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Float your arms all the way up overhead. Flip your palms to face one another. Exhale, forward fold. Take your hands to your chest, hinge from your hips. Lower all the way down, hands towards your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll do that once again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Take your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold, hands to chest, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, tuck, round and curl. Plant your fingers, lift your heels high. Plank pose facing the right side of your room. Plant your hands under your shoulders, step your toes way back. Fire up your core. Optional Chaturanga. Come so far forward on your tippy toes. Rather than a crease of your toes, try and bring the tips of your toenails down. Exhale, Chaturanga. Keep your elbows right over your wrists. Let your heart lead. Lower slow. Shoulders come to elbow height. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the floor away. Fan your heart forward. Exhale, down dog. Roll over the tops of your toe knuckles. Pause here for a moment. So good for your feet. Breaking up some connective tissue. Exhale, down dog. Untuck your toes. Lower your heel bones down. So this is a longer stance in your down dog. See if you can notice the difference. Take 2 full vinyasas, heating up the arm, awakening your core. Inhale, plank pose. Bring your shoulders further forward than your wrist. Exhale, Chaturanga. Squeeze your thigh muscles to the bone. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Over your toe knucks if you can. One more like that. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your hips up and back. A nice easy sun bee flow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Take your right heel up towards the ceiling. Lower your right hip bone if it's higher than the left. So both hip bones face down. Straighten your leg. Feel your hamstring engage. Stay here. Breathe in. Exhale, tiger pose. Pull your knee towards your chest. Charge forward on your left toes. Try and step your heel first between your hands without lifting, working towards that. Inhale, high crescent pose. Take your arms up over your head. Lower your hands in front of your chest. Bend your back knee. Let your shin hover from the floor. Pull your right thigh bone into the socket. Feel the difference. Start to pulse. 6. Belly in. Soften your jaw. Last one. Inhale, crescent pose. Arms up. Exhale, low lunge, let your hands meet the floor. Inhale, modified pyramid pose, straighten your right leg. Keep your back heel elevated. Pull your right hip crease back until you feel your hips squared. Lower your forehead towards your shin, lower your forearms towards the floor. So now that we've engaged your hamstring, it's more willing to stretch. So enjoy this. Take a big breath in through your nose, fill up. Exhale, back to low lunge. Bend your legs so your knee stacks over your ankle. Inhale, plank pose. If you'd like to add on, you can hover your toes. Shift forward. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Lower your heels. Breathe in. Through your nose, exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Kick your left heel up. Right where the crease of your hamstring, where it meets your glutes, feel that engage. Big breath in. Exhale, tiger pose, charge way forward. Low lunge. Stay high on the ball of your right foot. Inhale, crescent pose, take your arms up overhead. Lower your hands to your chest. Lower your right knee to the floor. Shoulders stay over hips, little pulses. Pulse. Feel the heat so you can stretch that left hand straight. 4 more. Also probably feel it in your right hip. Last one. Inhale, high crescent pose. Take your arms straight up overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Take your time to get there. Take the whole exhale, move with grace. Inhale, modified pyramid, straighten your left leg. Bend your elbows, lower your forearms towards the floor. The more you engage your belly, the more you can stretch your back. Same rules apply with your left quadricep, the front of your thigh. If you fire that muscle up, your hamstring gets a moment to relax. Big breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Option to hover your back foot. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. We'll flow one breath per posture. Take a cycle of breath. Establish the cadence of your breath. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Getting your heart rate up. Inhale, crescent. Hands to chest, lower your left knee. This time just 4 pulses. Get softer in your right toes. 2, 1, inhale, crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Where your fingertips meet your palms, root down through those knuckles. Create space between each vertebrae. Find the cadence of your breath. Next, inhale, 3-legged dog. Lift your left leg up. With grace, exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent pose. Take your arms up. Exhale, hover your right knee, squaring your hips. Pulse it down for 4, 3, 2, last one. Inhale, crescent pose, arms straight up. Take the whole exhale, find your low lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Forward fold, find the center of your mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Tuck round and curl. We'll take crow pose as a preparatory pose for our more advanced postures. Working on that, plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your buns so you're high on your tippy toes. Spin your elbows back. Yes? Rest your knee on the back of your triceps. Look forward rather than behind. Not only is it a better view, but it'll help you with stability. Start to shift forward. Worry less about picking up both toes, just one heel at a time toward your seat, firing up the hamstrings, because I promise we're going to need them later. If you'd like full crow pose, bring your big toes together, your heels apart. Think about lightening the load of your knees to your triceps. Fire up your core. One more inhale, find your fullest expression. Exhale, release. Spin around to face your screen. Come high onto your tippy toes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach over to your right. Inhale, come all the way back up. So we're finding stabilizer muscles in your body. It should feel wobbly. Inhale, arms straight up. This time, lower your hands in front of your chest, moving right into side crow. So you can continue with that twist. You know it's time to try on side crow when your left elbow is right in the center of your thigh. So if you're not there yet, work on your twist. Otherwise, the setup is the same for crow pose. Plant your hands shoulder width apart. Your elbow balances right on the center of your thigh. Keeping your elbows over your wrists. You can stay here or parallel your shins. And release, take your toes to the floor. Walk over to the other side. Enjoy this twist, this stretch, really good for your spine. Or side crow. Plant your hands shoulder width. Bend your elbows. If you know your elbows are over your wrists, your arms are at a 90 degree, try the idea of lifting. And release, toes towards the floor. Walk your hands in front of your toes. Prasarita, begin to straighten your legs. Walk your legs out really wide. Take a moment to reconnect with your intention and your ujjayi breath. Lower your head down towards the floor. One more full cycle of breath. A moment for introspection. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms into the floor. You can keep your palms down or come up to the tips of your fingers. Low lunge to your right. Modified pyramid pose. Keep your back leg as is. Straighten your right leg. Skandasana. Spin all 10 toes towards me. Bend your right leg. Take your hands in front of your chest. Next inhale, warrior two to the left. So it's a big movement of your arms. Bend your toes, bend deep into your left leg. Find the curve of your left middle finger. Each posture has a physiology, an emotion attached. And notice how strong you feel in this warrior pose. It's called warrior for a reason. It feels good. Skandasana on your left side. Take your hands to your chest, spin your left toes towards me, bend deep into that leg. Pyramid to your left, spin all 10 toes to your left. Come high into the ball mound of your right foot. Lower your forehead towards your knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your torso up. Exhale, low lunge, just balancing sides. Inhale, pyramid pose, forehead to shin. Stay on your exhale. We'll come all the way back around the other side. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your spine, fire up your belly. Exhale, Skandasana. You've been here before, find muscle memory. Inhale, warrior two, open up. First time on the right side. Use the exhale to find some depth. Think about lifting the inside arches of both foot. So you'll radiate strength outside of your left hip. Feel it in your right inner thigh. Stay in it. Take a full inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Spin your toes. Sink low. Inhale, pyramid. Spin to your right. Keep your back heel lifted. Exhale, bring your forehead towards your shin. Back around both sides. Inhale, halfway lift. One breath per posture. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, Skandasana, swivel your toes, sink low. Inhale, pyramid to your left. Use the exhale, forehead towards your shin. Coming back around, inhale, halfway lift, fire up your low belly. Enjoy the dance, exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, Skandasana, right leg bends. Inhale, pyramid to your right. So here's where you may or may not use a set of blocks. If you prefer to just enjoy this pyramid stretch, you can take your back foot flat. If you'd like to try open pyramid with me, walk your fingertips back, spin your fingers around so your fingers and your back toes are facing one another. So as you bend this leg, the goal is to bring your thigh bones in one straight line. So you may take a step in, bend your leg, get as open as you can in your chest, lift your right leg. 3, I know it burns, 2, last one, take a break, straighten your back leg, forehead towards your shin. If core is your primary focus, you'll stick with that level. If you'd like one more layer, it's not necessarily harder, it's just different. Spin your fingertips around, it's the same setup. Make sure your thighs are in one long line. Here's where you have to trust. You're pushing your hips way back. Press the floor away, kick your heel in towards your seat, look down toward your right big toe. Lower your foot down, walk your fingertips forward, straighten your back leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana. It's a different stretch whether you flex or point your foot. If you need stretch the most today, you'll stick with that. If you'd like to try an arm balance with me, come high into your right tippy toes. Take your left heel in. You'll set it up just like side crow. Walk your hands. Slide this back foot in. Stack your elbows over your wrists. So you can stay there or begin to lift your back leg. Maybe you straighten your front leg. When you're ready to come out, find your prasarita. Big step. Take sways side to side. We'll Take all that on the left side. If you know blocks support you, take them with you. We'll meet in a pyramid with your left leg forward. The same rules apply. If you want more of a hamstring stretch, enjoy this pyramid here. Just breathe through this entire series. Otherwise, let's try some open leg variations of pyramid. Walk your fingertips back. Bend your left leg, check your thighs. If you need to, walk this back leg in. Start to lower your hips. You'll feel a balancing point. It's like a teeter-totter. And once you feel it, take your left heel up. 3, 2, break is coming. Last one, find that modified pyramid pose. Then prepping. Last one, bend your right leg, walk your fingertips back. Literally push your hips so far back, same thing like a teeter-totter. Press the floor away through the tips of your fingers, kick your back heel up. Snap a photo. And release. Skandasana, deep bend in your left leg. All right, working on twists, so rotation in your upper middle back. This feels amazing to stay here and breathe. Our Eka Pada Kundanasana 2. A couple tricks I learned, the higher you come onto this tippy toe, the easier. The more you slide this back leg in, it'll change your center of gravity. So once your hands are shoulder width apart, ensure that your elbow is right on the center of your thigh. Start to slide in, hinge forward. You can lift your back leg first or your front leg, doesn't matter. Make sure you're breathing. And release, find that prasarita. Interlace your fingers behind the nape of your neck. Sway side to side. Pause in the center, release your hands down to the floor. Malasana, a deep squat. Pull your heels in, spin your toes out, take your hands in front of your chest. If it feels good, you can sway side to side. This is one of the antidotes to low back pain because often when we stand, we have this big sway in our back. So this allows gravity to create a little space between your vertebrae. Take a moment with your eyes closed, revisit your intention. We'll seal the deal today with a little bit of core work. Spin around, so your heels face the left side of your mat. Roll all the way onto your back. Take your time getting there. Chin towards your chest. Roll all the way down. So my preference is to find awareness of the muscles we're using during class, and then we'll build strength in them, burning them out a little bit, so the next time you try those peak postures, they may be more accessible. Figure 4, cross your right ankle up over your left thigh. Flex this foot a lot. This prevents your knee from moving laterally. And then swing your knee. One day, knees come in one parallel line. Reach your right fingertips down to face the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Take your left elbow so wide you cannot see it. With your low belly in, your low back close to the floor. Exhale, pull your elbow towards your knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. So I know it's a short and sweet class. If you were craving a little bit more heat, take your left shin bone parallel, continue that movement. Minimal movement in your legs, so you're really recruiting your core, the right side obliques. Two more. Last one. So the back of your head back onto the mat, switch the cross of your legs, left leg up and over. Start with your heel on the floor so you can first take inventory of your low back. Reach your left hand out, right elbow wide. Take an inhale to prep, keep that left foot flexed. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. If you want more, parallel your shin, but keep your feet flexed. Keeping your chin away from your chest so your neck's not doing all the work. You're asking your core to work. One last time. All right, take a break. Bridge dips. Take your arms up overhead. Walk your heels close to your seat. Plug your arms into the socket. If you feel a big arch in your low back, lower it down. So you want to keep the curvature of your spine, but enough to engage your core. Protect it. Breathe in. Exhale, bridge pose. Lift your hips. Take your hands down. Pause for a moment. Find muscle memory. And then flow that inhale, lower your hips. Take your arms up. Exhale, bridge pose. One more. Inhale, arms up, hips down. Exhale, bridge pose. This time, plant your hands on the floor. Feel the back of your arms engage and pulse. So your elbows are lifted. Feel your triceps. Feel your low belly, your hamstrings, your glutes. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Take it slow. Lower all the way down. Kick your legs up the wall. Grab back of either your hamstrings or your shins. Start to pull your toes toward your face. Create a little round in your low back. Bend your knees to come out. Figure 4 this time, just a stretch. Cross your right ankle up over your left thigh. Set it up the same way you did for core. Grab the back of your hamstring or the front of your shin, whatever feels good. Start to pull your knee toward your face. Send your breath right to the outside of your right hip. And then try it on. This may or may not feel juicy in your body. Pull your left knee just an inch to the left. See if you can notice a little difference there. Preparing to twist. You can take your arms out to a T. You can take your arms to a cactus. Start to lower your legs to the left. If this is too much on your low back, just unwrap your legs, stack your knees on top of one another. Get just as heavy in your right shoulder as you are in your left. And checking in. The mobility in your neck is there today. Turn your gaze towards your right hand. Use your next inhale to come back out of your twist. Unwrap your legs. Figure 4 left side, left ankle up and over. You can stay with your right foot on the floor. Grab the back of your hamstring, front of your shin. Actively pressing your left knee out. Just like we did on the other side, toy with the idea of pulling your knee a little bit over to the right. Pull your left hip bone away from your armpit so your hips are squared. One more cycle of breath. Can you soften your shoulders, your jaw, your eyes a little bit more? Preparing for your twist, reach your arms out to a T. Use the exhale to lower into your twist. This side is different. Taking inventory of your body. So stay in this figure 4 shape or unwrap the legs and stack your inner thighs. If you'd like more, turn your gaze towards your left hand. One more cycle of breath. Stay in it. Use your next inhale to come back out. Unwrap your legs. We'll close practice seated facing one another, but first, grab your hamstrings. Take a handful of rock and rolls. Hug your elbows in towards your ribs like you do Chaturanga. Pick your knees up towards your face. Just rock and roll forward and back a couple times. This is really, really good for your spine. And eventually, rock and roll, find some momentum, spin around and face the seat. As you inhale, float your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands in front of your chest. Take 2 more like that. Maybe you close your eyes and feel it. Inhale, arms wide and up. Exhale, hands to chest. One last time. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, bend your right elbow. Glide your hands behind your back so your triceps worked hard. All those arm balances, just open them up. Next inhale, release both arms up. Exhale, bend your left elbow. Be mindful that your head isn't jutting forward. We do plenty of that on Instagram and texting. Press your head into your forearm. Next inhale, re-extend both arms up. Take your hands to your heart. And flip your hands to face your chest. So your body literally produces feel-good hormones when we embrace ourselves. So it's holding hands, right? We can get it from another person. We can get it from ourselves. Take a moment to silently repeat to yourself, despite the challenges, I trust that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Let's do that one more time. You're literally rewiring your brain. Silently repeating, despite my challenges, I trust that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Bring your hands back in front of your chest and begin to bow yourself forward, making a commitment to make positive choices that bring you closer to a better tomorrow. So practicing self-care, practicing listening to your thoughts, practicing yoga. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day.